Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Good Lord. Reading. You can call it one of the world's greatest pastimes. Just like baseball. It used to be. Well, you know, the world has fucking changed. A lot of people don't like sports anymore, or baseball, or fucking NASCAR and shit. Reading is, like, so fucking boring. 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 You know? I mean, people who still have imagination do more with that than reading shit. You know, I want to experience it. I want to feel like I'm in the real world. Yes, you can get that from reading something, but it's so much better like watching a show or some shit like that, or playing a video game. Now, there are books that I do like, and I have read them, but most books are boring, and most books suck. And there's a reason why most people don't read anymore. Some of the reasons are horrible, and some of the reasons make sense, and they're good reasons. Shit, man. Asking someone to read these days is like asking them to build a fucking pyramid in their backyard. Nobody wants to do that shit! So anyway, PLP's got you covered. I have 5 essential tips to help you on your reading that other people force you to do, or other people act like you should be doing. I'm going to give you some tips to help you out, to make your experience less painful than it needs to be. Here we go. Listen up, get a pad, get a paper. Tip number 1. Pretend like you're watching a movie as you're reading the book. You know? Pretend like all the things that you're reading are like a visual movie in your mind. And make it more badass and exciting. Like if it says he walked down the street and there was wind and there was rain and there was snow and all this kind of shit. And it's all calm, and then he winds up at the house and he's talking to the girl. Fuck that shit. What you gotta do is make it seem like, oh my god, there's a thunderstorm! Ah! You know, make it seem like it's raining. Oh shit! And pretend and add shit. Add like a T-Rex or a fucking abominable snowman or fucking guys with fucking machine guns come flying in. Add all this other fucking crazy shit. Like pretend like there's a giant fucking octopus that just came out of the sewer and is dragging him into the fucking sewers. Or act like there's a fucking volcano there. Add a volcano. Volcanoes are always great to add in books. This way, you make everything that's boring entertaining. Otherwise, this shit's just fucking boring. Tip number 2. Laugh at boring books. I promise it works. All you have to do is pretend like you're a little kid again. Ignore the fact that you're an adult, that you're a mature adult. Fuck that shit. Pretend like you're a little kid again. Be immature. This is your only way to escape, I swear. Just look at books and be like... Thin ice. Yeah, he's gonna be on thin ice on his death parole. You just look at this cards. Oh my god. Just, I mean, not even just the covers. You could read dialogue in the book and then just like laugh at it, like laugh at how boring it is. Oh man, too much fun. Tip number 3: imagine a book burning in your mind as you're reading it, as you're getting angry, as you're getting rageful. Read your book and imagine a book burning. Roasty, roasty, toasty, warm fire. It just brings your heart full of joy. It's so beautiful in my mind. It makes me want to cry. In all seriousness. Imagine a book burning. Imagine you're burning the book that you're reading. Tip number 4 is to get a magic marker or a black Sharpie and cross out the parts in the book that you disagree with. Yeah, it's this person's opinion. Fuck him or fuck her. What you need to do is wipe out all that shit you disagree with, and then you might actually have a book where 90% of the book is blacked out, but hey, you have less to read, and you actually agree with what's in it now. So it eventually becomes what you want out of a book that you would make. And I think if you have imagination and you're like me, you wouldn't make a boring book like this shit, or this shit, or this shit, or this shit, or any other fucking boring books in this goddamn house. You wouldn't have all that shit. So, just like those government documents, black shit out, man. Black it all out. I gotta tell you, it feels liberating. Tip number 5, and this one's my personal favorite. Give condescending books to your loved ones. You know, just to see their expressions, try to be polite when they really hate what they gave you. It's fucking hilarious. Give them books like, It's Your Fault, and Grow a Pair Quick. And, everyone's favorite, It's Your Fault that Santa didn't come for Christmas. That shit is hilarious. I mean, you see those books on the shelves all the time, all these condescending books. Give that to people. That opens up this whole other window for you to enjoy books in a whole new way that you never even thought of before. That's probably the best tip I can possibly give you. So, what have we learned today? Reading is boring. Reading sucks. It's for people who are in their 50s and 60s. And, some things are better that you had when you were a younger kid. Like imagination and shit. Yes, that's in a book, but it's not the same as visually experiencing it. It's a whole other dimension of sight and sound, where you really feel like you're there. This makes me feel like I'm in school, or I'm reading some kind of government document or some shit. And by the way, I just want to add this. The worst shit is when you see stuff in books where it's extremely boring and extremely monotonous, like shit where they're talking about, like, there'll be like pages and pages and pages where the main character is just walking to the house, then he's talking, and they're not talking about anything, they're just talking about the weather and just walking around. Same shit, and it's just very boring, very quick. And then the good stuff in the book is maybe 3 or 4 pages. Maybe 3 or 4 pages. But 90% of the rest of the fucking book is terrible. So all these books that are classics, I don't know. They're not full classics. Maybe they're mini classics, if you chop them down. That's just an extra thing I wanted to add. So, remember, book burnings. Add the volcanoes. Fucking give condescending books to your friends and loved ones, especially your spouses. Do all this shit and your book reading experience will be so much better. Reading Rainbow. My ass! Words of wisdom, nuggets of wisdom, knowledge bombs. And now you know. Oh shit, I'm late to a book burning. Gotta get all this shit the fuck out of here. Gotta go! Wait for me!